Neil, GB News are big supporters of you, big supporters of your organisation, your volunteers and the work that you do. Just explain to us, how much worse in Medway have these problems of homelessness, poverty, hunger become?
I think in the last month, our figures have risen by 25%. So we fed 12,500 people last month. We're quite lucky that homelessness in general, the council have done a very good job. We've got quite a good team of local guys, have been taking a lot of guys off the street. But where we started originally as a homeless charity, that problem's just grown. So where we were looking after street homeless, then people in supported accommodation, we now seem to be feeding a lot of people. People have got full-time jobs, people who've got good jobs are struggling. They're starting to come to us in kind of crazy numbers.
And that's the difference, Neil, isn't it? That before, the problems that you had, people fall on hard times, people got problems, whatever it is, but now you're saying it's working people who simply can't make ends meet.
The problem's getting worse, and the people who have come to us, there's a lot of stigma around going to a soup kitchen as such, at a food bank. It's a 45-minute queue to come to us, so when people come to get food, it's a 45-minute wait to get free food. A lot of people struggle with that. If you spoke to a GP, they're struggling generally with GPs. Mental health's getting worse, so people who turn up to us are finding it very, very difficult. It's quite stressful for the volunteers. I'm very lucky to have a good team of volunteers who go through quite a lot of stress to deal with these people, because they get a lot of stories that are not things you really want to be sharing.
And how many now on your team?
We've got about 80 people now.
Have you really?
So we still need more, with the problems getting bigger and bigger. So to us, volunteers is a huge problem.
And you're relying on charitable donations to keep the whole thing going?
Yeah, no, we try and make ourselves as sustainable as possible. Again, we're very lucky with Medway Council. They've been very supportive of us. The local community have been supportive. Local businesses have been fantastic. I'm a big fan of shop local and do stuff locally, and they've been very good to us, and that keeps us going. But again, we're going to get our costs are rising. It's £350,000 this year just to run a charity to give free food to people.
Well, Neil, I have to say, I know that GB News, you've appeared on many of our programmes before, but I was very keen, as we were here in Medway, that you came on. I just want to say to you and the other 80 folk that do what you do, I think by the autumn of this year, when I suspect energy prices are going to be even worse, you'll be needed even more. And just full marks for what you do. It's fantastic. It really is.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you.